Hello again, Kings, Queens, Knights, and Peasants, to another Tutorial Tuesday. Today I'm going to explain to you everything about making and using maps. Okay, maps are created with paper and compasses. There's two types of maps. There is the empty map, which is simply 9 pieces of paper in your crafting grid. Or the locator map, which is 8 pieces of paper with a compass in the middle. You make a compass using 1 iron and 4 redstone to make the compass. You make paper using 3 sugarcane in the middle row to make paper. Other things that are useful with maps would be an item frame, which is 8 sticks and a piece of leather. And the cryptography table, which is 4 wood and 2 papers. So to make a map, you simply come in here, put the paper in the grid, and you will get an empty map. So, once you have an empty map, simply put it in your hand, and you can use it to see the area. If you do not have an offhand item, you get a big view. And you can also put the map itself in your offhand, so you can use a weapon with it. Now, as long as you're holding the map, when you move around, it will clear out the area. Like that top corner, if I head over that way, it opened it up. Now, this is only the first level of map. You can expand the map if you want to duplicate a map. All you have to do is take your first map, put an empty map with it beside you in the grid, and you will get 2 copies of the first map. Now, if you want the map to show a bigger area, you can put the map down, run paper all the way around the side, and it will expand the map into a bigger size. So this is the regular size map, and this is the first level expansion map. Now, maps can also be placed lost my item frame. So maps can also be placed in an item frame to show you where they are. Now, as I said, there's 4 levels of map. The first level zooms out from 128 by 128 blocks, which is 8 by 8 chunks. The second level is 256 by 256 blocks, and that is a 16 by 16 chunk. Next is 512 by 512 blocks, or 32 by 32 chunks. Then it goes up to 1024 by 1024 blocks, which is 64 by 64 chunks. And finally, there is 2048 by 2048 blocks, which is 128 chunks by 128 chunks. To give you a perspective, I put all 5 maps on this wall here. Each map has a green arrow. As I was saying, each map has a green arrow to show where we are. So that arrow, as you can clearly see, is the village we are in right now. Now, you notice that the arrow moves over here, but you can still see the same basic structures in the map. Sorry. Which again shows where we are at right now. Now, here the arrows moved up to this corner. You can vaguely see the outline of the paths. Why is my joystick so touchy? You can vaguely see the path outlines. and you see a lot more area around the village. You zoom out again. Now the village is up here, almost impossible to see on the map. But you can see such a wide area of your world. And then finally, here's our village. And here's the map. So as you can see, the 4th level of expansion is huge. Now, you can also create a map wall with the map simply by putting maps of the same size side by side. For example, if you have 4 item frames, you can put a map there. This is a map of the area right next to that map. This is the area right below, which is also where we happen to be, by the way. And then this is the area right next to where we are. So by combining multiple maps, you can actually make one huge map wall. Another interesting feature of the map is if you use a locator map, let's make a copy of this map here. Okay, so if you have a locator map, and you put one copy of it on the wall, you will see that white area tells you exactly where you are at. Other players too. That green arrow is where the copy of this map is hanging on the wall. So this is a great way to find your way back to locations that you want to remember. Now, there is a much cheaper and easier way to make maps as well. If you use a cryptographer table, you actually only need 1 piece of paper instead of 9 to make a map. Or you can put a compass in it to make a locator map. If you want to locate a map, you can also take your empty map, put a compass in it to get your empty locator map. And you can also expand the maps using only 1 piece of paper. So really, a cryptographer table is the most useful way to make maps. I would not use a crafting table for it. Now, there's also a couple of specialty maps. 3 to be honest. Now, a cryptographer table is a workstation for a cryptographer villager. When you get them to high enough level, they will sell special maps. Which would be the Ocean Explorer map. And the Woodland Mansion map. Now what these will do is, unlike regular maps, they actually mark a location. That little house on this map tells you where there is a Woodland Mansion. Let me go there and show you what I mean. Okay, so simply by following our arrow there, it'll lead us to a Woodland Mansion. Now, be warned, these can be thousands and thousands of blocks away, so don't expect a quick trip. And also, if you get multiple Woodland Mansion maps from the same village, not just the same villager, but the same village, they will usually point to the same map, same Woodland Mansion. So there's usually not much point in buying more than one. So let's make our way over. Okay. I hate following Woodland Mansion maps. Anyway, so, as you can see, once you actually get on the map, it'll start filling itself out like any regular map. Only difference is, when you go to that little house there, you will see it is Woodland Mansion. The other type of map is functionally the same thing. It is a Ocean Explorer map, and what it does is show you where ocean temples are. So when you follow one of them, you'll see a little greenish temple symbol on the map. That is where an ocean temple is. So you just follow it just like you did the Ocean Explorer map. Okay, so once you're on the Ocean Explorer map, again, it will start filling itself out. Then you just keep following it to that little marker on it. And it'll take you right to an ocean temple. Okay, and the final type of map can only be found in shipwrecks or underwater ruins, and they are treasure maps. They work very similar to the other maps, except there's just a red X where the treasure is. This will usually be on a beach or very close by a beach. And the item is supposed to be right on top of that middle of that X. Okay. So I just placed a random chest down, but basically this is what the map would lead to, is something like this. And inside should almost always be a heart of the sea. Thank you all for watching, and that is everything I know about maps. I hope it helps somebody out, and if I missed something, I'm sorry. Did I miss something? Let me know in the comments. And hey, by the way, I saw the other day a zombie was eating a pirate, and I asked him, why are you eating a pirate? And he said, well, it's because I want a career change, and I hear you arg what you eat. Thank you all for watching, and keep on rocking Knights of the Bedrock.